We are the dead. We have no names, only numbers. My number isn't burned into my skin. It's burned into my soul. The Reich builds rockets to reach the stars, but here, on the ground, men rot alive. 38 kilograms. That's what a man weighs when he decides to steal wings from the devil himself. I would have eaten a rat if I could have caught one.
February 1945, Peenemünde, an icy hell on the Baltic Sea, the most heavily guarded place in the Third Reich. 10 prisoners against the entire war machine of the Luftwaffe. No plan, no mercy. This is not a story about generals or maps. This is the voice of one pilot who turned his death into a legend. Welcome to Echoes of Valor X. History knows many escapes. Men dug tunnels, sawed through bars, hid in carts filled with corpses. But what happened on February 8, 1945, on the secret island of Usedom defies belief. It sounds like the script of a cheap action movie if every word of the story hadn't been paid for in blood. Mikhail Devyataev, Soviet ace, a hero who became a traitor in the eyes of his country before becoming a legend. He did the impossible, hijacked a personal bomber of Nazi command right under the noses of guards at a secret rocket center. But how did a starving prisoner, weighing less than a teenager, get an unfamiliar machine into the air? How did 10 doomed men outwit the SS? Today, we walk that path with them, from the despair of the death block to the skies above the Baltic. Summer 1944. Devyataev is a flight commander, an ace with 9 victories. He feels like master of the sky, but war forgives no mistakes.
Fire in the cockpit. Impact. The ground is rushing up too fast. I thought I would die in the sky. That would have been a clean death. But I woke up in hell.
Captivity. First the Wutch camp, then Sachsenhausen. For a Soviet officer, it's a one-way ticket. Devyataev doesn't just wait. He tries to escape. He fails. Sentenced to death and transferred to a death camp. But fate, or perhaps the devil himself, has other plans. Instead of the gas chamber, he is sent to Usedom Island, Peenemünde, the cradle of Hitler's rocket weapons. Here, Werner von Braun builds the weapons of vengeance. Here, V-1 and V-2 rockets are tested, and here they need slaves.
We pack the earth down. Engines roar nearby, the smell of aviation fuel. To me, it smells like freedom. But I look at my hands. They're the hands of an old man, skin and bone.
The conditions are inhuman. 10 days to live, they say about newcomers. Guards beat men to death for sport. Devyataev understands. He will not survive until spring.
Every evening we count who's gone. Today, Krivanogov. Tomorrow, me? No, I will not die on my knees in this mud. I will die in a pilot's seat.
Experimental aircraft are stationed at Peenemünde. Among them, a Heinkel He 111, the personal aircraft of Oberleutnant Graul. On board, advanced radio equipment used to guide rockets. This isn't just a plane, it's a flying secret laboratory.
I watch them start the engines, left, then right. I memorize every move of the mechanic, throttle, flaps, switches. I flew Soviet fighters, but this bomber is a different beast. One mistake in the sequence, 1 second off, and we won't take off. They'll shoot us right in the cockpit.
He gathers a team, 10 men, Krivanogov, Sokolov, Nemchenko, none of them pilots except him. Just soldiers, starved and beaten. When Devyataev says, "We'll fly out of here," they look at him like he's insane.
Are you mad, Misha? Sokolov asks. I answer, here, death is certain. Up there, there's a chance, 1 in a million. Are you with me?
February 1945. The decision is made. 10 days to live are almost over. Kill the guard, seize the plane, take off. It sounds simple. It's suicide. At noon, the guards break for lunch. The Germans are punctual. It's their weakness. Devyataev's group works near the revetments. 1 guard, relaxed. He sees not soldiers, but walking corpses. It's his last mistake.
My heart pounds against my ribs so hard I think the German can hear it. Krivanogov grips a sharpened piece of metal. I nod. It's time.
A strike with a metal shiv. The guard falls without a sound. They take his rifle and uniform. There's no turning back. If they're seen, it's over. They run toward the Heinkel. Devyataev sits in the pilot's seat. 10 men cram into the fuselage. Filthy, striped uniforms, skeletal bodies. He tries to bring the machine to life.
No batteries! Damn it! The Germans removed the batteries.
Panic spreads, but Devyataev spots a battery cart nearby. Risking everything, they connect the power. The engines roar. German mechanics grow suspicious, but assume it's a test run. Devyataev pushes the throttle. The plane starts its roll.
Pull back. Why isn't she climbing? She's heavy, like stone. We're not lifting.
They can't take off. The elevator trim is set for landing. Devyataev doesn't know. He turns the plane around. The Germans now realize it's a hijacking. Sirens wail over Peenemünde. The Heinkel makes a second run. Anti-aircraft fire opens up. Devyataev calls for help. He doesn't have the strength to hold the control column with his emaciated arms.
Push with me, or we burn here.
Together they pull. The iron bird tears itself from the concrete. They're airborne. German fighters scramble after them. Ace Walter Dahl takes off in pursuit. But Devyataev dives into the clouds. He flies blind, navigating by the sun. No map, almost no fuel. Behind them, death. Ahead, the front line.
We're flying. We're free. I look at the men's faces. They're crying. Tears cut through dirt and soot.
Soviet anti-aircraft gunners see a Heinkel with crosses on its wings. To them, it's the enemy.
Our own are firing. The irony. Survive hell, only to be shot down by your own brothers. The wounded scream. I land in a field. Hard. Belly. First into the snow.
They crawl out, living skeletons in striped uniforms. Soviet infantry freeze in shock. Who are you? They shout.
Brothers, we're ours. That's all I managed before darkness took me.
But the motherland's embrace was cold. Smersh doesn't believe in miracles. How could 10 starving prisoners steal a secret bomber? Why didn't the Germans shoot them down? The investigator told Devyataev he was a traitor, that he had collaborated with the Germans, that he had been recruited and sent back as a spy. He demanded a confession. Instead of a hero's star, interrogations and humiliation. Devyataev provided crucial intelligence about the V-2 rockets that later aided the Soviet space program. Sergei Korolev himself studied the aircraft. But for Devyataev, the war continued, inside interrogation rooms. 7 of the 10 escapees were sent to penal units to wash away the shame of captivity with blood. Almost all were killed during the assault on Berlin, never living to see the victory they helped bring closer.
I survived, but part of me died with them in those trenches. Why me?
12 years passed. Only in 1957, thanks to Sergei Korolev's intervention, was justice restored. Mikhail Devyataev was awarded the title Hero of the Soviet Union, the man who weighed 38 kilograms, the man who stole wings from the Nazis. His feat seemed impossible, but war teaches us that nothing is impossible for those who refuse to die.
We weren't heroes, we just wanted to go home.
This was the story of Mikhail Devyataev. If you want more forgotten stories, not about victories, but about survival, loss, and the true cost of war, subscribe to Echoes of Valor X. Because war never truly ends on the battlefield. It echoes.